The Pittsburgh Steelers have been eliminated from the playoffs, losing in a blowout to the Houston Texans 30-6. This is possibly the very last game of Aaron Rodgers. Could possibly be the last time we see Mike Tomlin, head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, on the sideline for the Steelers. There's one way to lose, and there's another way to lose and just have your foot kicked in and fans leaving the game early and booing throughout the game. So let's break it down. Let's get into it. So this might have been the most disturbing playoff loss for the Steelers in history. I wouldn't even say recent history, just for the simple fact they didn't even score a touchdown. They only scored one time, which was in the first quarter. And in the first quarter, they came out looking pretty well. They were moving the ball efficiently. They attacked with DK Metcalf. I hate I didn't put a prediction video out because when I spoke with my friends, everything that I said that will happen in this game literally happened. I said they should force feed DK Metcalf early, just let him feel like he's a part of the offense and get acquainted. That's exactly what they did. I also said for the Steelers to win against the Texans, they would need to force turnovers on CJ Stroud and capitalize off the turnovers. And I said they would need to win time of possession. The Steelers forced multiple turnovers. CJ Stroud had no fumbles in the regular season. He had a couple fumbles, had an interception, and the Steelers capitalized. The Steelers did not capitalize on none of these turnovers, man. And there's only so much a defense can do. If the offense isn't going to put points on the board, then you got to get it from special teams. And we don't have a Devin Hester on our squad, so the offense dropped the ball, man, completely in this game. And the Texans would have lost this game if there was, any other team that had a better offense than ours, just slightly better. I hate we went for it on the fourth down where we could have kicked the field goal because I knew points would come at a premium in this game. We needed as many points as you could get. And it probably still wouldn't have made a difference because the Texans got a pick six, and I believe they got a fumble that turned into a touchdown from Shelby Rankins. Once Shelby got that fumble recovery, the game was over with. But it was a close game up until that fourth quarter, and they blitzed us and gave us 23 unanswered points. Statistically, you really can only talk about the defense for the Texans, and also Jaquavius Marks came up huge. And also, I'm tripping. I apologize. There were a lot of impactful players on that offense for the Texans outside of C.J. Stroud, who had fumble losses and an interception. Jaquavius Marks, running back, stepped up big time. 19 carries, 112 yards, one touchdown. And Christian Kirk, former Jackson Jaguars wide receiver, he had 8 receptions for 144 yards for a touchdown. And Nico Collins went out of this game. I think he's done for the season. But Christian Kirk stepped up huge, man. He made some big catches. Jaquavius Marks started. They had a drive. Their first touchdown, that drive was almost 7 minutes. And I knew then, I was like, yeah, it's over with, because now that they got the run game going, they can get into those bootlegs. And I said either CJ Stroud is gonna, be able to find somebody deep, which he did. Because I think Christian Kirk had a 40-some yard catch. Or I said he was going. Well, the Steelers didn't allow CJ to, utilize his legs and run. But I said in the back of my mind, like, man, he just going to be able to run now on play action or bootleg because they ain't going to be able to guess because the run game is going. So, I could only imagine if they had Joe Mix out there the way Marks was running. And then Nick Chubb's former Cleveland Browns Pro Bowler, He contributed 10 carries for 48 yards. And he knows the Steelers well because he's used to be in the AFC North division. So the run game helped them out tremendously. But CJ Stroud, that better be your last game. As a matter of fact, I definitely believe they will get eliminated by the Patriots next week. But you can't have that many turnovers, man, and put your rely on your defense. You might get a pass this week, but the deeper you go in the playoffs, those were too many turnovers. 4 sacks were allowed by the Steelers. There were 2 of 3 or fourth down, but it came down to third down conversions. Texans were highly efficient, 10 of 15, and the Steelers, we were 2 of 14. So, that's the game right there, man. You can't expect no defense to be able to hold up that long, man. That's not good, whatsoever. 63 rushing yards for the Steelers, 164 for the Texans, 244 passing yards for the Texans, 112 yards for the Steelers. I mean, the Steelers only generated a total of 175 yards. Christian Kirk by himself had 144 on 8 catches. That's the game, man. Disappointing loss, man. And the sad part about this loss is that the game was very manageable. I was thinking like, why the Steelers should have went, no huddle. I don't know, DK had one drop pass. That was a huge drop. It would have been a first down and some more change. And it's like Aaron Rodgers stopped looking his way after that. So that was strange. Calvin Austin, he was targeted a lot in this game, but come on, dog. Calvin Austin not even 6 foot. So Steelers definitely left some big plays on the table. And I don't know, man. I just think a lot needs to change. I mean, TJ Watts, we've been wasting his whole prime. He came back from the lung injury or whatever he had with that, and he still didn't make it to the next round. It's just heartbreaking. And this defense was a Super Bowl caliber defense, and although we have a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback, the play calling, I felt like our run game, we still need to find a true number one running back. I don't think Kenneth Gainwell nor Jalen Warren is a number one. I think those are number two running backs, and we just rotate them and use them in different schemes depending on matchup wise. But yeah, man, the Steelers, man. This was hard, man, for the Steelers Nation to lose the way we did. I hate it had to come down to this, man, because we ain't just lose, man. We got our tail handed to us, man. The terrible towel couldn't be raised because it was a terrible performance. But congratulations to the Texans. Congratulations to that defense for holding it down for y'all. Marks had a good game, and Christian Kirk had a good game. But y'all going to go through the same thing next week against New England, I can guarantee you. If you made this far to the video, I want to say thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the God Level Genius YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you follow me as well on other platforms such as Rumble, Twitch, and definitely follow me on TikTok. I am James Vergato, and as always, be God level. The genius is in you. God level genius.